Well, what do you get when you cross a skateboard with a tank? Something maybe a little bit like this. It is called the DTV Shredder. It's a new take on the all-terrain vehicle. The company behind the Shredder is pitching it as a must-have vehicle for soldiers in the war zone. So let's get an opinion on that. We bring in former CIA officer and CEO of the global security firm SCG International, Jamie Smith. Jamie, welcome. Good to have you with us.
Thanks. Good to be back.
You know, it looks pretty cool, buzzing around there, and it looks like something a lot of kids might want to get their hands on. Is it something that you think would be good for soldiers?
Well, I think it's an overall, it's got some potential, but there are some things that you probably want to adjust here. I mean, you know, you've got a guy with gear on, ammunition and weapons, going to be weighing around 300 pounds, 6 foot tall average, and now he's on a 2 foot tall piece of gear riding around. I mean, it's going to be an 8 foot target for somebody to shoot at. So, you know, maybe the manned version may not be the best approach, but you know, it also comes in an unmanned variety where, you know, you can get rid of the handlebars and it'll actually, I think you're going to show it here in a minute.
Yeah.
It'll tow. You know, you can tow some things. It pulls up to 700 pounds. So if you were to put some, you know, like a camera on this thing and some sensor equipment, you would be able to use it for something like a law enforcement application in a SWAT environment, or even bomb disposal technicians could use this to approach IEDs, suspected IEDs.
Yeah, we're watching it, Jamie, right now, and it's the unmanned version, and it's pulling out, you know, a dummy that is in for an injured soldier. What about that application of, you know, getting the wounded away from a dangerous area?
Yeah, I mean, you can use it for rescue and recovery. You could also use it for logistical, you know, resupply operations if you needed to ferry in ammunition, you know, food, you know, things like that. So, you know, it's got some application, but I think it's got some work that needs to be done, you know, before. It's kind of a pie-in-the-sky idea right now, I think, you know, that you're going to put soldiers on these things and they're going to be racing around the battlefield because, again, you want to stay low and move slow. You don't want to, you know, be up in the air 8 feet tall trying to balance 300 pounds of gear. And, you know, so I think that application maybe no, but the unmanned ground vehicle, the UGV part,
yeah,
you got something there.
I mean, you have to worry about injuries as well as a result of being on this thing, I would imagine. Since it's new, you think of skateboards and other stuff that the kids ride, they fall off them all the time.
Right, and you know, you don't want to hit the ground with 300 pounds on your body going 30 miles an hour. The other thing about it is I believe it weighs about 160 pounds. So, you know, a light unit is not going to necessarily be carrying this thing around in a backpack.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to have to be ferried in on something like a Humvee or some other vehicle's going to have to bring this thing in. But overall, you know, it's got the potential. It's an innovative step forward. You know, if it allows you to pull the troops out of unnecessary risk in some fashion, then it's got some merit. Just need to investigate a little more and maybe make some tweaks to it.
Well, we would all be for that. Anything that helps our men and women do the job a little bit easier or safer, if it can be used that way, is a great thing. Jamie, thank you very much. Good to get your insight on it.
Hey, thank you.